is it fair to say that my feelings of a little bit of betrayal are like, what are I'm gonna be honest with you. I was deeply hurt. Like,
Understandable. I would have been hurt too.
Because you know when it really hit me when my mom left. Cause when my mom left that Sunday, my mom left on the 6th. Yeah, so when my mom left on Sunday, I had a couple friends help me out on like this that Sunday, the 6th, and then the 7th. My mom helped me out, and then from like the 8th on, I had to start doing stuff like by myself. That's when it got hard. That's when it really got hard. Yeah. And that's when I got mad. Because I was like, yo, I shouldn't even be. Yo, it was sad because when I went to physical therapy, the physical therapist just looked at me and she was like, hold on, how'd you get here? Who's with you? And I was like, nobody. And the physical therapist then goes, for the next 30 minutes, she just goes into how I need to really protect my mental health during this time, because this is going to be like very tough. So if I need to document it, I need to make sure I call family. It's okay, and that I'm not doing none of this alone. This, that, and the third. And I'm just sitting there like, wow, she thinks I am damn near suicidal.
Concerned. I wouldn't say that far, but yeah, definitely. So, because your surgery's on your right knee, right?
Yeah, so I tore my ACL and meniscus, and they repaired the ACL and they repaired the meniscus. They did not take it out. Like, I still have a meniscus. So
okay. So you're driving with your leg that is recovering.
Yeah, bro.
I'm sure that's very hard.
It's pretty uncomfortable. Like, my seat's back very far. I have to keep my leg pretty straight because of the because of the brace. So I like my seat's all the way back, like I'm sitting on some 64s, like a pimp. And it takes me a little bit to kind of get in and out of the car because I can't really bend my knees, so I kind of have to like shift my hips and while keeping my legs straight. And yeah, man, a lot of simple tasks are just tough.
Did you at least get a handicap sticker?
Yeah, I've been waiting on that damn handicap sticker, like you said. I ain't got no handicap sticker.
You should get a handicap sticker.
Where, in the mail?
I don't know if you have to apply for it, but you should be eligible for a handy. I wouldn't want you parking at the end of a parking lot.
Well, I didn't get one, so how do I apply for one?
I would reach out to your local DMV.
Well, technically, all right, I can't say it because we're live on air.
Get that.
I think I know why I didn't get a handicap sticker.
Because you're black?
No, because technically I don't think I'm supposed to be driving.
But that doesn't matter. What if you were with someone? It doesn't matter if you're driving or not. Like, you shouldn't have to park at the back of a parking lot. That doesn't matter.
All right. So who do I call for this?
I would reach out to the DMV. Hey, I just had reconstructive knee surgery.
Wait, does that have to be the state in which your ID is tied to, though?
I don't think so. Where's your car registered?
Oregon.
Yeah, I would reach out to that. Hey, I can barely walk. Can a brother get a temporary handicap pass? Dog, that should have been the first. Ain't no way. Ain't no motherfucking way. And even if you, well, you can't. I was like, even if you don't have, dog. If that was me, I need something. I'm leaving here with something.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. The sad looks I be getting when I be walking around with that crutch, because I can't put a sock on my right foot. So I'm at a point now where when I'm going out, I got one sock on and no sock.
Not the toes out.
Yeah, toes out, bro. Toes out. Because I can't really bend over and pause and put a sock on. So
yeah, I got you. So do you when you go grocery shopping, do you get in like the little motorized joint?
I haven't went grocery shopping this month yet.
Oh, okay. Well, you can probably do like Instacart.
Well, my mom, she left a lot of groceries here.
Okay.
So I got some groceries still, but I don't know. I think when it's time to actually get some groceries, I might ask someone to go to the grocery store.
Yeah. There we go. Lean into your village. That's what it's there for.
It's not the biggest village out here, so I'm
A village is a village.
you're right. You're
One
right about
person can be a village.
one person can be a village. How you doing, my man? How are you doing?
I'm exhausted. I have a big backstory if you want to hear it.
Was you out here smoking that meat again?
Pause. No. So
Nah, play me.
big pause. So as you know, my wife is from up north. So we
Mm.
had to go up there this weekend for some family stuff. And I'm sure you know the folks up north take pride in their diners, right? Like that's their thing. So we went to this one diner and I got an omelet. And, usually an omelet will come with like some potatoes, like maybe some toast. Brother, this omelet came with potatoes and a stack of pancakes. And they were some of the best pancakes I've ever had in my life. My stomach hurt so much, but I couldn't stop
Wait, why did your stomach hurt?
because I had a full blown omelet, breakfast potatoes, like a big, like half the plate, like the plate was overflowing, and then a stack of three pancakes for $16.
This y'all hear this man? He joyful, giddy about this breakfast food. He was in there looking at his breakfast. Hey, his brother cheesing about that breakfast food.
It was the best pancakes I've ever had in my life.
Hey, this brother is cheesing about that breakfast food.
You want to know something? We
All
might
right,
have
what's
to
up?
go back up there soon, and I'm planning a whole trip around going back.
Nah, we gotta listen. We gotta free our brothers and our sisters from the omelets.
Nah, the omelet is the best bang for your buck at any breakfast
Now I
establishment.
ain't gonna hold you. A good omelet with some hot sauce be bussin'.
And usually an omelet comes with like hash browns or potatoes, and it usually comes like a biscuit and some toast. And omelets are usually the cheapest thing on the menu. You get more bang for your buck getting an omelet than you would getting like
I like where you're
waffles
going here.
or pancakes or like
And you can get real healthy with the omelet and it
you
still go
can
crazy.
and still go crazy. Or if you like the kind of person who's like, oh man, I like sausage or bacon, like you can still get the same thing for less money, right? So if you order like the sausage with the side of eggs and like what I'm saying, like the hash browns, or you can get the omelet, it get the same thing plus a biscuit or some toast, usually
Now
for
I ain't gonna hold you. If you eat breakfast sausage or if you incorporate any sort of breakfast sausage in your breakfast, you are nasty.
chill out, dog.
Nah,
Chill out. Now you're
breakfast
going too
sausage is
far.
nasty.
Now I am a sausage patty man, not a sausage link man, but sausage at breakfast hit.
I am so anti breakfast sausage
That's
that the
crazy.
pure thought of breakfast sausage makes me throw up.
Is it the spice that throws you off?
It's just nasty.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 180 of Speak on It.
Yeah,
I am joined.
180.
I'm joined by a terrorist.
Who,
This,
me?
this whole time, I did not know I was friends with a terrorist.
I haven't liked breakfast sausage since I was a kid.
Did you eat a lot of it as a kid? Is that what it is? And it turned you
No,
off? You just
no,
didn't.
that was the thing. My parents tried and tried and tried, and then eventually they just gave up trying to make. I just ever like since I was a baby, I've always it's nasty.
Like back in my real big back days, if Bam's in here, he can attest to this. Like that sausage McGriddle from McDonald's, the spice from the sausage and the sweetness of the whoo, blood sugar through the roof. They was about to cut off some limbs.
About as much blood sugar as having that pain that Rojo got. And his yo, Rojo really got a picture of Jesus, Snoopy, LeBron, Snoop Dogg, and Martha Stewart playing cards. And you ain't gonna tell me this is the funniest shit.
Rojo, if you are ever in the States or if I'm ever in Canada, I just got to meet you in person.
Hey, if I meet you in person, I might give you the belt.
Oh, God. He in here somewhere. I know he's not talking. What's up, Jamie? I know you in here, Rojo.
He ain't getting that belt, man. He ain't getting that belt. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know, of course, when you see this Nas fade, it can only be one brother, the good brother, Los D Mix. As my good brother Danny Ocean said, we are here for episode 180. I want to firstly shout out and say thank you for all the well wishes over the last couple of weeks from everyone. It's been greatly, greatly appreciated. We are on the road to recovery. Myself alongside my cousin Juju and my good brother Kyrie Irving. We fighting the good fight. And I can tell y'all these ACL injuries are tough. So just continue to keep me and us in your prayers, and we'll be back soon.
I have faith in you. You're gonna come back stronger than ever.
Shoot. 2012 Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, now we cooking. The kids don't know nothing about that.
See, it's funny that there's a generation of football fans who really don't know about Adrian Peterson.
Like, you think Derrick Henry is something, buddy. Adrian Peterson was that and then some and faster.
You know, it's crazy. I see a lot of Adrian Peterson highlights, and you know what team he's always seemingly getting his game off against?
The Packers?
The Packers.
He hated y'all.
He did.
Even when he was old in DC.
But that game when he went off for versus, for like 200 something yards, that was versus the Chargers, I believe.
And the thing about Adrian was, like, it's not like, like Saquon had 2,000 yards, but he didn't get touched till like after 3-4 yards. Like, his average yards per contact was like 3.5. Now Adrian was getting like hit at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, and didn't matter.
Yeah. They was putting belt to asses like Adrian did.
That happened, and he was just kind of like, "Yeah, that's what you do, man. You beat these kids." You remember that? He was just kind of like, "Yeah."
Hey, he said, "What the fuck y'all talking about? Of course I beat my kids. Y'all don't."
Yeah, they have welts on their ass and their back. Yeah. So what?
Roger get down. I have to be like, "See, now we got to."
Roger had to
just let this fly.
He had to pull him. Like, dog, beating kids is not good, because it was the pictures, like the welts on their back, and he was just kind of like, yeah, like, dog, you were a football player, like, you're the strongest running back in the league. You running over Ray Lewis, brother. You can't do it.
Roger Goodell just be like, listen, I mean, if you would have just said like, no, that wasn't you, we could have had something there, but you just were basically like, fuck him. So.
Or you could have just said, hey, man, I made a mistake. I grew up like that. And I thought he was just kind of like, yeah. That what y'all do? Like,
that's that old school way of parenting. That's me on them.
Yes. Adrian Peterson has definitely been hit by iron in his life.
Oh, my. Or he had that switch back in the day.
A kid his size don't get switches. You got to go to, you got to get like 3-4 switches. Or you got to get like a belt.
One good one.
You got to get a limb. You got to get a tree limb to get your point across.
Man, them switches, though, when I tell you them Johns used to hurt, I got a few of them, boy. When I tell you them Johns used to hurt.
Hey, my grandma had a whole switch bush.
Listen.
Did your parents ever make you go get your own switch?
No, you're absolutely right.
That's the worst. And you go and they're like, nope, that's not good enough.
Good enough. Go get another one. Listen, why is it that a lot of black folks have a collective growing up experience?
I don't know, man. Trauma travel.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of trauma. We got a lot of trauma going on.
Fast, man.
Yeah, and it travels widespread too. It's widespread. Listen, when we have kids, are we gonna make them go get their own switches?
Nah, I ain't gonna have the heart for that.
You know, it's funny. My parents nowadays just be like, hey, you can't discipline your kids like you could back in the day. They'll call the people on you.
Well, back when I was a kid, I'd be like, I'm gonna call the police. My dad picked up the phone, was like, hey, hit 911, call them. Tell them come on by.
Oh man, you brought up a great point. You brought up a point that I wanted to talk about here. Yo, so there was a little bracelet or something they used to give with like the people you can call if you was being abused. Why black parents all the time was like, go ahead and call them. You think it's gonna get better on that other side?
Right. What you think they're gonna do to you?
What type of family you think they're gonna send you to? A good family? Nah, you ain't going to no good family.
My dad's like, you think we'll be eating chicken parm with another family? Huh? Dog, I remember one time I got into it with my dad. He got a suitcase. He was like, everything you bought, put it in that suitcase and get out this house. Of course, I ain't buying it. I was 8. It was like January. He was, everything you bought, put in that suitcase. You can get out of here.
Hey, one time, me and my dad was getting into it. Nah, I have to be like 15, 16. He said, hey, man, you keep fucking with me. He said, you keep fucking with me. You gonna need to call the people in that damn bracelet.
I feel like every son, especially, I don't know if this is but I feel like every son at some point like has to challenge his father, like, oh, he's old and weak, and then he reminds you, nah, I'm not old and weak.
Like, what if you like me and you got young parents, so you don't even know when like the old and weak part is because your dad like still mad in shape and be beating ass like. That's
You
like
just crazy.
security.
My dad, I have an older dad. And he
Mm.
nipped that shit in the bud when I was young. He pulled out a gun. He's like, nah, I'll just shoot you. Like, I'll just shoot you. And that's all the talk we had.
Oh, black parents, what are we doing?
He had a shotgun. He said, boy, I'll just shoot you.
My dad all physically in shape and shit. He got mad at me one day. He said, "Hey, come out here in the backyard real quick."
No.
He said, now why do you think you could just say and maybe do what you want? Like, I won't really fuck you up. And I said, what? He said, what? Man, he just judo flipped me. Hey, yo, I landed on my back. I landed on my back. The wind knocked out of me. I said, yeah, man, I'm going to go back to my room.
And he's like, good choice. Don't eat dinner tonight. Just go to your
room. Listen. But a lesson was learned that sometimes the road less traveled is the better road.
Leave them old men alone.
Listen, that's why even them old men, because remember, like, when they was fighting in Alabama and they was beating up them white folks with the chair.
It's in their spirit, man. And if you've lived through any part of segregation, I don't want no part of you. I don't know how old you are. My dad went to segregated school.
Listen, you got that segregation straight. You got that Jim Crow.
Yeah, you got fighting Jim Crow, dog.
You got that energy of Martin in you. You don't want to. You don't want them problems.
My dad went to segregated school, so he was like 16.
Hey, and don't let it be one of them old folks that believed in Malcolm more than Martin.
Yeah, one of them. I wish a month. Yeah, nah, dog. My dad in his my dad in his early 70s. I still went. He still split his own wood. I'm good, dog.
What do you mean he still split his own wood?
Like, he has an axe, and when he get wood, like, sometimes he'll pay someone to split it for him, but sometimes, like, if you pull up at the right time in the winter, he'll be outside with a glass of moonshine splitting his own wood.
That's freaky. Go ahead, Pop.
I ain't got nothing for him.
He still got that gun he gonna shoot you with?
Yep, he still got the gun.
Listen, man. Black folks are funny. Fathers are funny. As we head into the NFL, a lot of proud fathers and mothers are going to be cheering out their babies' names next week as they get drafted into the NFL. Danny, let's speak about Shedeur Sanders. He's been doing some private workouts for teams, specifically after the Derek Carr incident. I think you and Kyle covered it last week, the shoulder injury. There's a chance he might miss the entirety of the season. There's more and more mocks are coming out, having Shedeur landing in New Orleans. Obviously, we've been hearing about the Giants maybe having some interest. Do you think he makes it out of the top 10, Shedeur Sanders? And if you don't see him making it out of the top 10, like the Giants, like the Saints, what do you think him?
That might be your best segue ever. I think the best case scenario for Shedeur is you fall to Pittsburgh at 21 or 22. Because I think Pittsburgh is a stable organization and they have an elite defense. So it's not like he needs to go in and be Superman. It's like, hey, man, you just need to keep us ahead of the chains, play better than Russell Wilson did last year, which I think he can do. What I think is going to happen, I think the Giants might trade up for him. Like, if he falls, like, I think if you're Giants, you need blue chip talent, right? So Abdul Calder, Travis Hunter, if they're there. And then if it gets to like mid to late 20s and you can back in and grab him so you get that 5th-year option, can you imagine like an offense that has Shedeur, Travis Hunter, and Malik Neighbors? Like, now we cooking with something. Like, now we're interesting.
I think that'd be tough. I think with the injury to Derek Carr, I think when you look at the top 10, the Browns, the Giants, the The Jets.
I thought about the Jets too.
The Saints. I mean, these are teams that you look at the roster. I mean, who's the QB?
I think I forgot what I was listening to, and someone had mentioned like Jackson Dart to the Saints. We're at the point of the draft season where this is what we have to listen to because apparently Jackson Dart's comps is somewhat to Jalen Hurts, and Kellen Moore just won a Super Bowl with Jalen. Whatever. I just want Shador to go to a place where he has the infrastructure or a stable organization around him, which usually isn't a team drafted in the top 10 unless it's some sort of fluky thing. Like I don't want Shador in Cleveland. I don't want Shador in New York. Like if Shador drops out of the top 10, he's not getting drafted till mid to late 20s, and Pittsburgh just feels right.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's so many teams in the top 10 that need QBs that they're more likely to be unstable organizations. But the best way to stabilize this horror train for some of these for some of these franchises is getting the QB that you need. And Shador, I mean, if we can all agree that Cam Ward's going 101,
yep.
I mean, if you're the Browns, what are you going to do? What are you thinking? Draft Abdul Carter and then trade for Kirk Cousins eventually? Are you shitting me?
I mean, if it's between a quarterback you're on or like a blue chip talent like Abdul or Myles Garrett, and then a trade for Kirk Cousins, your defense is going to like the Browns' defense is good anyway, and now you're just making it better. Like same with the Giants and Travis Hunter. Right? Like Travis Hunter plans on playing both ways. I don't know if he can do it, but if you're the Giants, it's like, man, Travis Hunter, who for a lot of people is like top 3 on their board, or Shador, serviceable, but he's not like Cam. And then you have a lot of teams looking to next year, right? Because Archer's next year. And apparently next year's quarterback class is supposed to be good. I don't know, man. I don't know. It makes me kind of nervous. Like either, like James and Brown's probably take Travis Hunter. Like I think these teams are like, we need blue chip talent at premier position, and Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter have that.
What about a QB like Jalen Milroe, who's been having some private workouts himself? Could you maybe even see Jalen Milroe sneaking into the top 10, maybe going to the Giants or the Jets or someone like that?
Like I feel Jalen Milroe might be a better fit for the Saints because again, what Kellen Moore wants to do, like you saw the offense he ran with Philadelphia last year, the read options, the touch push, the QB sneaks. Like Shador not built for that.
The soon-to-be banned tush push.
Pathetic. But I'm just saying, like a lot of QB, like QB power, QB draw, QB counter. Like Jalen can do that. Milroe can do that.
And he runs a 4.3.
He runs a 4.3. Now, would I use a first-round pick for Jalen Milroe? Fuck no. But someone he can't throw the ball, man.
Yes, he can. He has one of the best deep balls in college football.
But I think statistically, he had the least catchable ball out of any college football quarterback.
Well, listen, tell the receivers to run better routes.
Now, at some point, and then if he goes to New Orleans, you got Chris Olave, Taysom Hill.
I think Taysom Hill is injured. I think you got Christopher Olave, Rashid Shaheed, I believe his name, Alvin Kamara coming out the backfield. They had a good tight end. Gosh, I'm forgetting his name.
Is it Foster Moreau? No, it's not Foster Moreau.
I think Foster Moreau's on the roster though. I mean, they got some pieces, I believe. So I don't know. I like Jalen Milroe to the Saints doesn't sound bad. Jalen Milroe to the Giants would be interesting. I mean, that's a top 3 pick, so you would assume he gets picked ahead of Shador unless Shador goes to Cleveland. But if you're Cleveland, how do you justify taking a QB over an Abdul Carter type player?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying, right? Like, not that Abdul Carter is a slam dunk because no one's a slam dunk. But if Travis Hunter is sitting right there, I feel like after Cam Ward, it's Travis Hunter.
What's going to be funny is when Travis Hunter drops to pick 5 to the Jaguars, and the Jaguars, like getting Brian Thomas last year, are going to just have these 2 stud wide receivers.
That'd be insane. That'd be malpractice.
Because Cam Ward's going 101. Let's just say the Browns go Abdul Carter at 102. the Giants take Shador at 103, and then no. Let's say that the Titans go Cam Ward, the Browns go Abdul Carter, the Giants go Shador Sanders. No, the Giants go Jalen Milroe, and then the Patriots go Abdul Carter, and the Jaguars are sitting there with looking at.
No, you gave Abdul to Cleveland. So you said Cam 101, Abdul to Cleveland, the Giants Jalen Milroe. So then who would New England take?
If I'm going to take like an offensive tackle,
that sounds like a. Let me tell you something. If that happened, the GM for Cleveland, New York, and New England should be fired. Like Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter, I think, is the best player in the draft, but he's definitely the best non-QB in the draft.
I agree. I don't think he's going to Cleveland though.
Listen, man. Travis on one side and Jerry Jeudy on another. With David Njoku, you just got Kenny Pickett. Like, if you draft Jalen Milroe, like, I would assume you try to jump back at the end of the first round.
I don't know.
I know a team who picks 32nd overall who would be interested.
And who? Jalen Milroe?
No, I'm saying, like, if a team wanted to jump up to grab him so they get that fifth-year option, come on, go ahead and call Howie. Give me your first-round pick next year. Go ahead.
What's so valuable about 120 whatever next year?
You never know. You just never know, because that team could be terrible with Jalen Milroe. That's all I'm saying, man. I mean, it worked for Baltimore. They wouldn't got Lamar Jackson. That's the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Baltimore traded back up to get him.
Smart. Maybe.
And then didn't want to pay him. Insane.
It's still crazy.
It's even funnier, before we move on, they put that tender on him, and the Falcons like, no, we just can't give up 2 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson. All right, dog.
They got Michael Penix Jr. now after paying.
Lamar's better.
Oh, trust me, you're not getting an argument of that. What do you think about Abdul Carter and his agent? I think Drew Rosenhaus basically saying they're not meeting with anyone outside the top 4.
I think that's an efficient use of your time.
But hey, dog, like, what are we talking about here?
What are we talking about?
Like, I ain't even making
Shout out to Drew Rosenhaus for being efficient with everyone's time.
He's basically like, if I make it out of the top 4, something's going wrong.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Basically, he's basically telling him, yo, if I make it out of the top 4, then something around this bitch is going definitely wrong.
Someone that leaked a video of me smoking weed in a gas mask.
Yo, Laramie Tunsil Daddy, why you do that, man?
Dead ass, foulest shit ever.
Now, if you Laramie Tunsil, do you put hands on him?
On your dad?
For that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What type of hands?
You messing up the money. Not like I'm beating my dad up, but just a strong round the collar, like, hey man, what was that?
What was it? Show me again.
Around the collar, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like just a nice. So when you let go, like the collar on their shirt, a little wrinkle, a little stretched out. Just a little reminder. You shouldn't have done that, because I'm sure Larry's.
He had the gas mask on too, so he wanted to get higher.
Let's see how big Larry Tunsil's dad is. Let's see. I can't find a picture of his father. Oh wow!
About to break one down with his supplier.
His dad kind of looked like Suge Knight. Maybe you don't grab him by the collar. Maybe you sit down and have a stern conversation with him.
His dad look like he might keep the toolie with him too.
Yes.
See.
His dad looked like, oh, I'll shoot you too kind of dad.
See, and that's the part we got to respect about our father, and we should learn from, the great, who was that, Al Green?
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, Al Green. Damn. That's crazy.
Al Green bought his daddy the gun that shot him.
I know.
It'd be your own gun and your own parents.
Wait, Al Green is still alive.
Or is that Marvin Gaye?
Yeah, Marvin Gaye.
That's
Al Green is a pastor now. Yeah, it was Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye, excuse me. Excuse me, gay family. Don't sue me. And they will.
Well, we can stop talking about that because I ain't got no money. All this money I owe the federal government.
Speaking of folks who making money, you got to give a special shout out to Patrick Peterson, retiring an Arizona Cardinal, one of the best corners I've ever seen play, and out of LSU. Who do you think brings in better DBs, LSU or Ohio State?
Oh, I gotta think about that. Who was LSU giving us? Patrick Peterson,
Derek Stingley Jr.
Derek Stingley Jr., who just got paid. And who has Ohio State given us?
Jeff Okudah.
Ohio State gave us Champ Bailey, didn't they?
I have to look that up.
Let me see.
I thought Champ Bailey went to Georgia. Am I thinking somebody else?
I think he did. I think you're right. Yeah, he went to Georgia. You are correct. Let's look this up. Oh, this isn't accurate list. I gotta think about that. See? That's interesting. Now I know wide receiver you is Ohio State, the Ohio State.
Are you sure? Because LSU is giving the world some good ones too, and Bama's got a claim too.
LSU gave us the best receiver in the league.
Bama's giving us some really good ones too.
I'm talking about like right now.
Yeah, I mean,
you got Smitty from Bama.
Jamar Chase, LSU.
Yeah, I forgot about Chase. Never mind. LSU was wide receiver you. Never mind. I take that back.
See,
I forgot about Chase.
See,
I forgot Jefferson. Yo, that was a 22-21 LSU team.
Oh, 2019.
Oh yeah, it's been that long.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That team was crazy, filthy.
That team is disgusting.
Putting up video game numbers. Joe Burrow's still trying to chase that championship feeling from that season.
Yeah, he'll never get it in Cincinnati.
You're right. Speaking of things that might be leaving, the Dolphins and Jalen Ramsey agreed to explore trade partners. This is also coming off the heels of the Dolphins maybe having more Tyreek Hill drama. So let me ask you. What do you think the game plan is for the Dolphins here with moving on from so many veterans? And where could you see Jalen Ramsey landing?
I don't know about where, because he was second team All Pro last year, but Jalen Ramsey is still good. I know he had beef with Vic Fangio, so Philadelphia's out. Tyreek Hill, I feel like Tyreek Hill will be accountable.
Tell me more about that.
Oh, so yeah, when Vic Fangio left Miami, there are a lot of players who were like, he's too hard on us. Not he's too hard on us. Like, he's very old school, and Jalen Ramsey is one of the ones like, yeah, I just kind of didn't like him. So, but that's another story for another day. I don't know about where Jalen ended up. Like, what's his trade value?
Well, I think the Dolphins owe him like $20 million.
Yeah, they paid his bonus, but whoever trades for him owes $21 million.
That's why I thought the Eagles would be a good fit. I thought the Eagles would be interested.
Yeah, he can come back to Vic Fangio. He has made it very clear he does not like Vic Fangio. I don't know.
What was Vic Fangio saying?
I mean, Vic Fangio is very old school. And it seems like Mike McDaniel.
Now, when you say old school, in my mind, I'm hearing white power. That type of stuff.
No, like I'll give you an example. So when Vic Fangio became the Eagles D coordinator, one of the things he complained about, like out loud in front of media, was like, practice is too easy. We don't spend enough time in practice on defense. Stuff like that.
He said, y'all boys don't be hitting around this bitch.
Yeah, pretty professionally, yes. And there's a story that the first day of training camp, he went to a defensive meeting and was like, y'all just don't know how to work hard, and it's not your fault, but that's okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, apparently Vic Fangio, the first team defense meeting, He walked in and was like, "Y'all are talented, but y'all just don't know how to work hard, and that's okay. It's not your fault. I'll teach you how to work hard."
Now, hold on. What you do if your boss come in and tell you that?
I don't know. I'd be heated a little bit.
You're like, who the fuck you?
Yeah, who the fuck is talking to?
Who the fuck is talking to, man?
You know what I'm saying? But it worked.
Yeah, how many times a day at your job you be looking at someone in your mind, you just be like, "Nah, I slap the shit out of you if we went in here."
Not many.
All right, good. That means we're controlling ourselves.
Not many.
Yeah. And to all you coworkers that intentionally be pissing people off, just knowing, I ain't gonna say it.
Knowing that there are no consequences.
Mm-hmm. Just know, God don't.
We ain't always gonna be coworkers.
And sometimes we might. And guess what? Coworkers get hands too.
No.
I'm gonna follow you home.
Let's not do that. Let's keep our jobs. Let's be
Hey, shout out to homie who linked up with homie to be his ass about a Kobe post.
Meet me in Temecula.
Meet me in Temecula. I got some shit I want to talk to you about. I remember that thing you said.
That was a beautiful Christmas day. That might be the best NBA Christmas ever. That's when NBA.
It's up there. Yeah, what would you do if someone on Twitter said, "Yo, meet up with me. I want to run the fade"?
I'll never get into that deep of an argument with somebody. Twitter not that serious.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was on Twitter arguing not too long ago.
I stopped paying attention, but I saw you told someone to go sell a brick. Would you like to elaborate?
You ain't got it. Listen, man, I'm just scrolling Twitter. Someone said, "Hey, man," they put out a post. They say, "Hey, man, I'm about to be homeless. My landlord, something, my lease."
Oh, that's sad.
And I'm sitting there like, well, what the fuck you telling us for? Nigga, go sell a brick. And, yeah. So we start growing.
Someone just asked me for help.
Yeah, but I'm like, yo, dog. So I'm like, yo, dog, don't nobody give a fuck about you. Get off of this app. Go get a job or go sell a brick. Don't get on here begging. Beggar.
At least you didn't say anything too crazy.
Nah. Then they started, it was like, well, how much money you make? All you do is DJ and you podcast. And I said, yeah, that's what I do. I DJ and I podcast. But guess what I'm not doing?
What's that?
Online begging for money with your broke asses. Hide the money, y'all. It's poor people right now.
Well, I hope she found the solution to her problem. Was it a girl or a boy? I'm sorry, that was a.
I don't know. They got throwing out some standard. She had a homie jump in. Listen. They were trying to antagonize. They were trying to antagonize me, asking why I didn't want to keep responding. Don't worry, I'm gonna follow up with them in about 14 days. We're gonna see. Hey, checking in. How we doing?
Was there? How are they raising money? Was it like a GoFundMe? Was it like, here's my Venmo?
It was Venmo, Cash App, all that
Because if there's a GoFundMe, you can go check the link and see how much money has been.
Nah, if it's listen, if that's a GoFundMe, I'm about to start a GoFundMe. Hey, need groceries.
And you can spell need with knee, N-E-E.
Oh yeah, need groceries. Come on now, you see it. You see it. You can hear ice in my leg right now. Yo, this brace that I gotta wear, like this big ass brace.
That RoboCop ass brace. You remember in The Dark Knight Rises when Batman put that joint around his knee? That's a lot bigger than that.
What you said when he put the thing around? Yo, was that the third one?
Yeah, that was the last one.
That was the one when Bane beat his ass. Yo, Christopher Nolan, you so dirty for letting Batman get beat up like that.
I wonder what would break first, your mind or your body.
You only play in the darkness. Me, I was born in it. Yeah.
The fact that Catwoman sold him out and he forgave her, dog, I'd have shot her ass the second I came back and got him. That'd have been step one. Where's Selena at? Bap.
Yeah, nah, but he don't kill.
Nah, something would have had to happen. And not only that, they dating at the end of the movie. Nah, dog.
Nah.
He done
Batman
served
don't,
me to the op. Me, he done broke my back.
Batman don't kill, big bro.
Hey, dog, ain't no cat that good. Me break my back and come back to it. Ain't
Yeah,
nothing
but you ain't never had that Selena Kyle whoopity guap guap. She hit you with that. She hit you with that.
Hold on, that what?
That Selena Cloud whippity guap guap. And she hit that meow and then get to doing them calisthenics. What the fuck you gonna do? You gonna take it? Hey, sometimes them calisthenics, they put them calisthenics on you. No, not calisthenics. What the hell I'm talking about? Them Kegel exercises. They put them Kegel exercises on you, boy.
He stole his mama's pearls, led him to Bane, who broke his back,
and then let him break her back.
He have enough strength for that.
Yeah, she gave him strength. She gave him some of that kitty milk.
Jesus Christ. Super horny over here tonight. Good Lord.
All right. Let's move into fantasy football. I see Kyle's in here. Jamie.
What's up, Kyle?
Talk to me, Danny. Any fantasy moves been made on your end we need to talk about?
Nope, we're just deep in research mode. Kyle's made a lot of content I'm trying to consume. 102 is going to be a massive pick. The draft is in next week. That'll help give a little bit more of a no star. It's not as slam dunk as I thought it was. Like, I'm starting to put a lot of thought into 102. And again, it just depends on the draft. Like, Omari Hampton's on the board. T-Mac is on the board. There are a couple more players on the board who I did not think about. So I also could be open to trading 102. I'm glad there are 10 minutes in between each pick. So I might catch somebody who really wants someone and get a little bit of a haul. I'm waiting for that. So
you're trying to trade your pick?
No, I'm saying it depends on how the real draft works. Will help give me more clarity on what I want to do with 102. Because right now, like I said, there are a lot of players on the board who I did not think would be on the board. But again, like Kyle and Jamie, if you don't know the Kyle, when you and Jamie host the pod, is it every other Wednesday or every Wednesday? And they go over like dynasty rankings, and they really, Kyle last week was talking about making up stats. Like, Cal be going in the lab doing equations to get a stat.
He got him.
So when Cal talks, I listen.
And what'd he say?
Oh, I can't give away the game for free. This is still a strategy.
It's crazy. It's okay. I mean, I'm picking at 105. Feeling good. I mean, unless someone comes with an offer for 105 that I feel like moves the needle, which I doubt it. I feel like I know who I'm going to be taking. There's going to be some good options. Obviously, I won't get Genty. Probably won't get Hampton. And I probably won't get Henderson. But, I might be in a position where Tate McMillan might be on the board at 105.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if T-Mac goes to Dallas next week, like, that's a real question at 102. Because I think he and CD will complement each other, and they're going to have to throw the ball anyway because they ain't got no running backs in Dallas. So that's kind of what Al and Jamie host every Dynasty Six Pack every Wednesday. They do great breakdowns. And Jamie said Batman hung a guy in the first issue in the 40s. Jesus Christ, was he black?
Yeah, he probably had to. He's probably a Nazi.
Oh yeah. Last week, Kyle and I spoke. How did you feel about his trade last week? Oh, it was a couple of weeks ago. Kyle kind of went in depth about his thought behind the trade, and it made more sense.
107, 207, 209, and a second for a first in Xavier Worthy.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't upset with it. I mean, that's a haul for Xavier Worthy, but he must feel like he's in serious win now mode, and he must feel like Xavier Worthy is going to take the big year 2 step.
Well, and also he explains, I didn't know this, So Kyle pretty much owns the first round next year. Like he owns almost half of the first round. So he was saying how as we transition to Superflex, like those picks become more valuable. So say his team, doesn't perform the way he thinks it should perform. Like the first round picks are more valuable next year because of the Superflex compared to this year. Yeah, Kyle has 4 firsts in 2026. That's damn near half the first round.
So a lot of first rounds, a lot of first rounders. Yeah, I mean,
so once he explained that out, I was like,
it makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sitting here with my 3 picks next year, and that's why I've been trying to preserve those picks because we're gonna need them. And yeah, I mean, I feel like going into Superflex, I'm gonna be in a really good spot, especially with Bo Nix and JJ McCarthy. I think with this draft, I'm just trying to get more depth because this year is going to be about depth. 5 flex spots. I mean, these scores are about to be ridiculous, and
we need all the help we can get. Also, hello, Keely.
Keely.
We were just talking about
Keely. I need to see Keely. You got to send me a picture of that painting, bro. I need to see it one more time for the one time. What's good, brother, man? Let's get into some hoops. Behind me, the Orlando Magic and the Atlanta Hawks are playing the 7-8 Eastern Conference Play-In Tournament game right now. The Hawks are losing 43-59 with a minute 33 left in the second quarter. Speaking of things that got left, Mike Budenholzer got left outside the Phoenix Arena. It was announced that he was officially fired as the season ended, with the Phoenix Suns saying they need change at the helms. This makes 3 head coaches in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked to me about this Suns franchise. How down bad are they?
Who the hell would take this job? Right? Like what coach with any cachet would take this job? Like now the Phoenix job is going to be used as a stepping stool because you have to tear down. Like KD, you have to trade KD. You might have to trade Devin Booker. Like you're going to have to trade 2 of the 3, if not all 3, and just start from scratch.
And they said they're open. Actually, I think they read somewhere that they are planning to offer Devin Booker a 2-year max contract.
Don't sign that, Devin. Like, I think Phoenix, they don't have any assets. The only way you get your assets back is if you trade those 3. And you go into Utah mode. You had your window. It is no more. It's time. Like you did everything you could. It's time to get a rookie head coach. Let them grow into the role with the young roster.
It's tough. Listen. Poor KD. He deserved better.
He did. I mean, but he forced his way out of Brooklyn to go to Phoenix. So
it's been a series of unfortunate events since the Golden State thing, huh?
Yeah. But hey, Sam Presti, I know we've jokingly like go back to the Thunder. If anyone can get whatever he wants, it's Sam Presti.
Yo, I still remember James Harden coming in and just going on a full tirade about Daryl Morey. And now Daryl Morey is a liar. He said, yo, that nigga promised me some money and did not pay it. Fuck Daryl Morey.
Like those kids who are in Asia, like, oh man, this is a James Harden basketball camp. And James is like, first of all, fuck Daryl Morey. He's a liar. And those kids are just like, but we're just here to play basketball.
Oh, yeah, no, those kids are looking like Scots.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, screw Daryl Morey. How do you do that step back?
Oh, shit. Speaking of the play-in tournament, all right, so the Magic are currently leading the Hawks at home. The Warriors host the Grizzlies, with the winner advancing to play the Rockets. Who do you think wins that one?
I really want to pick Memphis, but I'm gonna pick Golden State.
Well,
like I really want to pick Memphis.
That makes one of us. I think Golden State's going to win. I mean, I think Golden State's going to lose the game. I like Memphis to come in, play spoiler, go ahead and lock up that 2 seed. I think the Rockets Memphis is going to be. I think the Rockets versus Memphis is going to be a first round series of YNs. And I'm here for the YNs versus YN matchup.
What crazy celebration does Ja have in store for the Rockets?
Oh, he gonna keep throwing his words at the people and let them know he can't hear him. Whoop, can't.
Like that celebration is dope. It just can't come from him. Like
nah.
that is a dope celebration.
He got to throw his word.
Yeah, it's okay.
You know, it's funny. I've seen since Ja Morant got that fine or whatever. I've seen at least like 2 or 3 players do that same exact thing and not get any trouble.
That's because they're not Ja Morant.
They didn't keep that toolie on him.
The messenger matters. Sometimes who was in the strip club live with the gun on his waist?
He said he got to keep it on him.
You can. That's fine. This is America. But you can't be stupid with it.
You're right.
There are a lot of NBA players who keep that thing on them.
You don't know experience. You sound like you're speaking from experience.
I don't know any NBA players. I know if I were an NBA player, the tool would be in my vicinity at all times.
Listen, you got to wear a dress like Young Thug so you can hide it underneath.
Crazy. That's what Ja going next. Remember when Thug was like, "Oh yeah, slime mean." Yeah, that's what Ja going with this.
It means. Wait a minute. Hold on.
He had all them acronym. Gang actually means. Yeah, that's gonna be Ja in a couple weeks. Well, you looked at it. Achilles said, "Once I get the belt, I'd be happy to see a picture of that poster."
Achilles. Oh no, it was Young Thug, which meant truly humble under God.
Saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
And he always said, "Oh, slime stands for slug love. I mean everything."
Like, what does that mean?
And slat means slime love all the time.
Well, what does that mean?
Slime means close friend.
Like, who he lying to? Who believe that?
Hey, young, truly humble under God.
It wasn't the judge.
Hey, he got off on it though.
He got off on it though. No, play that. You can play that.
And now play that. So you're thinking, let's assume this score holds because it's 47-61 at the half. Let's see. Trae Young, 4 seconds left. Is he going to go for the foul, the shot? Ooh, good bucket. If he makes it, he misses it. 47-61 Magic. Let's say these scores hold, and it's Hawks versus who do you like, the Heat or the Bulls?
Give me Heat. Give me that bullshit Heat culture. I just don't want to see Josh Giddey win.
All right. So you like Hawks versus Heat?
Yes.
Who do you like winning that one?
Heat.
Okay. So you like the Heat versus the Cavs, and you like the Magic versus the Celtics. Okay.
I would be interested in Magic Celtics. I don't think Orlando has a chance, but I think Banchero can hold his own against Tatum.
They need to. They need to. They need. I mean, they'd have to be able to match up, and I mean, they got the wing players to do it. So maybe, but okay. So you like the Warriors tonight? What about Mavericks versus Kings? Your Mavs. They in the play-in, baby. Come on, Mav Nation. Come on, Danny.
After that bullshit Nico said today, put me out of my misery. Sacramento, do me a solid. Put me out. I don't want to talk about Maverick basketball until October.
See, look at how you just turn on your team.
You saw that bullshit Nico was talking about earlier today.
What he said? He said he no regrets. Best for business.
He doubled down on trading Luka.
He said that's what's best for business.
Was he Paul Heyman?
We're gonna talk about him later.
Who is he? Triple H? What is this?
Hey,
So he continues to talk to Mavericks fans like we're stupid, and then he had the audacity to invoke Dirk Nowitzki's name. Shoot that man. Whoever in Dallas, I know y'all some gun-toting, pistol-holding. I need y'all to handle that.
what?
Don't kill him. Not. But
What did he say about Dirk?
He was
kind of, and this is not Lil Dirk, people. This is Dirk Nowitzki.
He was pretty much like, yeah, I know the fans and Dirk might not like the trade, but like you said, but it's best for the Mavericks. And dog, don't you ever say Dirk Nowitzki's name ever.
Mark Cuban didn't like that shit either.
Well, fuck him too, because Mark Cuban sold the team.
Hey, I can guarantee. I don't think when he sold the team, he thought they would go and trade someone like Luka.
Well, they did. He sold the team to a bunch of people who don't understand basketball.
They don't know what they've been through.
And they still act like they had no idea there'd be this much backlash. Dog, are you stupid? Do you know who you're talking about?
Talk to him.
You're talking about Luka. I think Dirk had a quote. It was like, I'll never cheer for the Lakers, but I love Luka and I want to see him succeed. It was like, yes, exactly.
Listen, it's okay.
Never.
On the Lakers. Lake Show, baby.
Never root for the Lakers.
Lake Show, baby.
Like I said, I love LeBron, but I would never, ever cheer for the Lakers.
So you're calling for a Kings versus Warriors play-in tournament game.
Yep.
Who you like to win that one?
The Warriors.
Okay, so you like the.
It'd be Kings Thunder.
No, it would be Grizzlies Kings. I'm sorry, Grizzlies Kings. You pick Golden State to win to take on the Rockets.
Oh yeah. So it'd be Grizzlies Kings. I like the Grizzlies. Ja Morant versus Lou Dort. Extremely underrated because we all know what Lou Dort plays like in the playoffs. He plays like he's a linebacker. You watched that Maverick series last year, dog. He would just blitz and hit Luke.
He'd be on that Brian Cushing type time.
Yeah, like he was a special teamer on kickoff, old school kickoff.
Yeah, knock your heads off. Since I like the Grizzlies to win tonight versus the Warriors, I like. This is gonna be funny and poetic. I like the Warriors versus the Mavericks in the playing game. Jesus. It'd be in Golden State, which means Clay gets to come home to play the Warriors. And I'm going to be honest with you. There is a world where I see AD and the Mavericks beating the Warriors.
Nope.
And getting that 8th seed.
Put me out of my misery. If I got to sit through a gentleman's sweep, Thunder Mavs, I am going to jump out of a window.
You know, they got to get their revenge too. And they're going to act like it's the same, like they beat the same team.
Right. 100% because they're all 12. I will say, I have mourned and I am at a place in my life where I think I am going to watch Lakers Timberwolves. Like playoff Luka is my favorite Luka. I can't miss it. I can't miss him cussing Rudy Gobert out again. I don't care what jersey he wearing. I can't miss that, dog. I can't miss cussing Anthony Edwards out.
Speaking of which, so let's start there when we talk about the actual playoff series that we know. Lakers, T-Wolves. Come on. You like who?
I got Lakers in 6.
Listen, y'all know where my fandom stay. Y'all know I'm Lake Show all day, every day. Hey, it could be Rudy Gay, Tampa Bay, or gay men on a bay.
Marvin Gaye or Souffle. Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
All right, that works.
Lakers in 5. What about the other series in the West? Clippers versus Nuggets. I think it's going to be an interesting one.
I think this might be the most interesting series in the first round. I just said there's nothing like playoff Luka. There is nothing like playoff Kawhi. Like healthy playoff Kawhi can win you a championship. I ain't worried about Kawhi. I'm worried about James. Give me the Joker. 7.
And 7?
7.
Listen, you can't fire a coach the last week of the season and think that I'm going to take you and that roster seriously. Give me Ty Lue, the Clippers. I like the Clippers in 6.
And that's if the Clippers win that series, I would not be shocked at all. I just know who James is in the playoffs. Can Kawhi's greatness overcome James' habit of coming up small?
Not this time. Let's shift over to the Eastern Conference. 4-5 in that conference is the Pacers versus the Bucks. Dame is expected to miss a little bit of the beginning of the playoffs, so he probably won't be there for game 1 or 2 as he's dealing with some blood clots. Obviously, the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, Bucks, they got Giannis. Bobby Portis is back. Kevin Porter Jr. has been playing well.
You got Kyle Kuzma.
You got Kyle Kuzma.
Give me Go Gadget Greek Freak in 6. I'm not betting against Giannis.
I think people underrate how good this Pacers team could be. The way they push the pace. Tyrese Halliburton is essentially guaranteed 2 to 3 to 1 in terms of assist to turnover ratio. I think if they're shooting the ball well, which I think they will, and I believe the Pacers have the 4th seed, it's, I think they're going to listen. I like Pacers in 5. I like Pacers in 5.
For me, I'm just taking Giannis because he's Giannis.
I think the loss of Dame or Dame not being there will be bigger than people realize. What about this old school? If this was in the 90s, you'd have to definitely bring your gun to one of these games. Knicks versus Pistons.
Oh, what you got?
Now, if this was like in the 90s, this one of them were like, yeah, now you got to bring your piece to this.
Give me the Knicks in 5. The Pistons team has been great. It's been an awesome story. Great round, but the Knicks, I think the Knicks are the better team.
I'm with you. I like Knicks in 6, actually. I think the Pistons are going to lose the first 2 games overall, but then come back at home and win 2, and I think the Knicks will close them out in 6 in Detroit. But I will say this. I will not be surprised if we're sitting here maybe in a week or two's time talking about how the Pistons beat the Knicks in the first round after tripling their win total this year. I think they are a good enough team to where I like them to be able to maybe win a series. Now, they would then have to go on to play either they're the 3-6. They'd be playing either the Celtics or that play-in team. So
yeah, I think the Pistons. The story ends here, but it's been a great story. I'm happy for Pistons fans because y'all been in hell since 2004? 20 years?
Yeah.
20 years? Yeah, man. 20 years. That's what the Mavericks about to be on.
They stopped the 3-peat.
They stopped the 3-peat.
No, they stopped the 4-peat because they were going back to the finals. It was 2000, 01, 02, and then, or maybe I'm tripping.
No, I think it was later. I think they won like 06, 07. No, Spurs won 07. That was bronze.
06 might have been the Pistons.
Yeah, I think it was. No, 04. It was 04. You're right.
04, but I think 06 might have been the Pistons too. Or am I tripping?
Spurs won 05. That was Braun. No. They won 05 because they beat the Spurs beat the Pistons in 05. 06 was Heat Mavericks, round 1. 07 was Braun. So yeah, that Pistons team was all the way back.
We don't see.
In 04.
Going back to the Nuggets, what are your thoughts on? I mentioned them firing their coach. What are your thoughts on a team firing both the GM and the head coach because they don't want to pick sides and they tired of y'all's bullshit?
I think that there's got to be something more. You couldn't wait 2 months. Like, you hate them so much. Like, you fire them a week and a half before the playoffs. There's something.
Well, Danny, you've worked in human relations. Tell me, if a company chooses, if two employees are fighting, the company chooses to fire you both, what type of chaos are they usually causing for something like that to happen?
I mean, it usually, and this is pure speculation, it has to be something that if it got out, if they were still right, if you didn't do anything, right? Say the Nuggets kept both of them and this got out, or whatever alleged comes out, and people will say, well, why didn't you fire them? Like, that's the last place you want to be in HR, is you get wind of something, you can prove that this thing happened, you do nothing for whatever rhyme or reason, and then it gets out that you knew, and then now you're losing your job.
You think they was fighting or something?
I don't think it was that. I would.
They didn't like each other though.
I don't think it was because they weren't talking to each other. I don't believe, because there were conversations that they did not talk to each other. Like, they didn't like each other, which is fine. There are colleagues you don't like and you don't speak to. Yeah. But nah, man, there's something deeper to the story that we don't know.
Let me find out somebody was skimping off the budget.
They'd be in jail. You don't steal from rich folk.
Yeah, you're right. Ime Udoka, you was really back there acting. Never mind.
Yeah, Ime was wild. Something like that. Not that I'm saying that's what's going on, but something like that. Like imagine if Boston didn't fire Ime after finding that out.
There's rumors of some stuff like that happening in Dallas involving Luka, and that's why he got traded.
Well, that would make more sense than that bullshit Nico saying.
That, and that the owner's trying to move the team to Vegas.
I think that's more, which sucks because I will not be following them to Vegas. I already cheer for one basketball team in Vegas. I ain't doing two.
Speaking of things that's moving, Joe Dumars is moving from the league office into being the president of basketball operations for the New Orleans Pelicans. He's a Louisiana native. He's replacing David Griffin, who got fired by the Pelicans this week. What are your thoughts there?
How long was this deal done with Joe Dumars? Cause they fired David Griffin, and then 3 days later, here comes Joe. Nasty.
So, are you trading Zion or not? That's what I want.
He is.
That'd be the smartest thing to do, right?
Trade
Zion and see if you can get up your chances of getting Coop Flag.
One Duke prospect for another.
That's what I would do. Talk to me about the WNBA draft. It was a big one. We all knew Paige was going 101. What are your thoughts on some of the other picks from the first round? Well, from the draft last night, and who do you think kind of got better? Who should be on the lookout for?
Paige. I'll start with Paige. That Dallas team better lead the league in pace because ain't nobody rebounding shit in Dallas. You got 3 small guards, Nalissa Smith, and the only big you got is Tierra McCown, excuse me. Boy, they better play like the Dream did last year. It's going to be a lot of threes. It's going to be a lot of running because any half-court set against any half-decent big is going to eat them alive. They might bottom of the league rebounding next year. They legit have no bigs. They just going to run. Other than that, I really liked the Haley Van Lith pick. She went to Chicago. She played with Andrew Reese at LSU. I just like the familiarity. DC did, I think, pretty good job. I think this was a solid draft for depth. I am very intrigued to see how quick some of these teams start tanking for next year's draft. Because next year's draft, you got Juju. You got AZ. You got a lot of talent coming out next year.
And if Juju decides to come out, she might decide she wants one more year to get herself fully healthy.
I think the contract Paige got from Unrivaled will inspired Juju to come out next year. So Unrivaled is the 3-on-3 league that Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart started. They play like in the winter and the spring, kind of ramping up for the WNBA season. So they gave Paige a 3-year, $350,000 contract. So for the next 3 years, she's going to play in Unrivaled, which is more money than her rookie deal in the WNBA over the course, right? Like she's going to make more money in Unrivaled than she is in WNBA. I think that is when that might be able to be a tool to get players to come out, right? Like if you tell Juju next year, hey, we'll give you a 3-year, $500,000 contract to come play with us for 3 years. Like that might be enough to pull her out of college, because those deals, they just become endorsement deals. I think when people talk about NIL money, and it's like, well, why don't they get, why are, especially in women's sports, the women's basketball, it's people like, oh, they don't want to go to the WNBA because they lose money. Well, some of that is true, right? For some players, the money is tied to boosters, right? So if you go to TCU, the money is tied to a booster or to the university. But for the big names like Juju, like that Nike deal isn't going anywhere because she's going to the WNBA. It just becomes an endorsement and not an NIL deal. So for the bigger stars, I don't think that's going to be much, a bargaining chip as, again, like someone who may be middle of the first round or second round pick. And, a booster at a school is like, dog, I'll give you $1.5 million to come play here. Well, then, yes, stay in college and make that NIL money. But for Juju, that's not going to matter.
Yeah. I would say I'm intrigued by the Sparks pick, Sarah Ashley Barker. I saw her play, watched a little bit of her game during the tournament, thought she was really good. So excited to see what the Sparks look like next year. I like the Haley Van Lith pick as well. Curious to see, Chicago and how they're deciding to try to come back next year. See if they can retool up and make some noise. And then the Golden State Valkyrie. They used their first pick ever on Just Stage site.
Yep.
So
I'll say this. The Valkyries, if they can get their hand on a star, like the pieces are there, right? Like they got a lot of depth, a lot of role. They just need Juju. Like they just need like someone, like they have the planets. They just need a sun to revolve around those planets.
They might make a trade.
I don't know if they got the juice for that. I don't know. I'd like to see, like, after the first 2 months of the season. Well, you actually, now that you mention it, I think Dallas picking Paige, I think Arike's time in Dallas is coming to an end. So, yeah, like that could be a world where Golden State's like, yeah, we'll do that. I can see that. Because I don't think there's no way Dallas can take themselves seriously and they're starting 3 small guards. And 2 of them, I don't want to say are ball hogs, but are used to having the ball in their hands. Like that's not going to work. One of them got to go, and it's not going to be Paige.
One would say it might not be Arike either.
Nah, it's going to be Arike because you just signed DYNASTY. She's your 3-and-D. She's going to guard the other team's best guard, and she can shoot. Paige is going to run the offense. Like I think Arike's trade bait for a big.
I could maybe see that, but does Golden State have the big?
I don't. DC has some bigs, but they're all young, like Shakira Austin and Leah Edwards. I wouldn't pull the trigger, but man, having a guard who can create her own shot beside Leah Edwards, like I'd consider trading Shakira for Arike. Like that might be something on the board.
Leah Edwards, she's from the UConn player, right?
Yeah, she was drafted last year from UConn. She won the one-on-one Unrivaled tournament. Mm-hmm. She was in her bag. That's what Atlanta Deladon saw that. I was like, yeah, ain't no room for me in DC. I'm going to retire.
I got to retire. It's over for me. We'll see. I think the WNBA season next year is going to be a good one. That's for sure. Listen, man, you already know what time it is. It is WrestleMania week. How excited are you for this WrestleMania card?
I was excited last year. I'm even more, like both nights.
Both nights.
Like last year, I think like you could Like I think Saturday. What was the main event Saturday night? It was the tag team. Like you
Mhm.
could kind of watch it.
Well, no, last year it was the tag team match between The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth, and then the next
Yeah.
night Cody versus Roman again.
Well, I'm saying night one of WrestleMania last year. I feel like you could just watch it passively. Not this. No, this year, like both nights, I'm gonna be locked in.
Gotta be locked in.
Got to be locked in.
All right, look, we're gonna go through all the matches. We're gonna pick winners, and then we're gonna see over the weekend who's right and who's wrong when we come back and look at this.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Talk to me.
Jade got to win. Not only does Jade win, Jade dominates.
Yeah, I'm with you. Jade's not losing her WrestleMania debut. I think I will say Naomi's been doing a great job in building this up and giving it a real life.
The razor blades in her hair.
I like it. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Rey Mysterio wins and he unmasked and it's Chad Gable. Like that, put that on the pre-show. We don't care.
I like El Grande Americano, and let me tell you why. I was watching it yesterday during Monday night, and I said, "There's a chance that's not even fucking Chad Gable."
Nah, I think that someone pointed out the tattoo on the back of his neck matches. Like Chad has the American, like the USA on his neck, and apparently El Grande has it too. But you know what? Change that pick. Ray's not winning. Chad, well, El Grande is going to win. Give me. You got to keep this. He has to fight Penta, so keep that going.
Yeah, I like it. World Tag Team Championships: War Raiders versus the New Day.
New Day. I feel like the heat has gone off of them. We haven't seen a lot of them. We need to build that heat back up because they were outside of Charlotte. I think they were getting a lot of heat. I feel like they've cooled off. Have you?
What do you mean?
Like when they first turned on Big E, like the heat for like the next 6 weeks, like they couldn't even talk.
Listen, I like this new direction the new Day's going in. I like what the War Raiders have been doing. I think they've been doing a good job building them up. I like the War Raiders to win this one though.
Okay.
What about the U.S. Championship? L.A. Knight, versus Jacob Fatu.
They ain't been building Jacob Fatu up for nothing.
I think this is going to take the place of biggest ass whooping of the weekend right here. I think this one's going to be.
You think Fatu's going to beat his ass?
Yeah, I think we won't see L.A. Knight for a few months after this one. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead. Take a vacation, Playboy.
Go ahead. World Heavyweight Championship, the Ring General Gunther, Mr. Main Event Jey Uso. You like?
Gunther should win, but you can't keep calling this man main event, and he keep getting his ass beat in the main event. I feel like Jey has to win. I'm glad that should win. Gunther should be champion till next year.
I'm glad that makes one of us that thinks Gunther will win. I do not. Give me Gunther, a close one, but I like Gunther to pull this victory.
I hope so. But like I said, you can't keep calling him main event, and every time he in the main event, he lose. He ain't won a main event yet.
It ain't gonna start this year. Yes, me. Ain't gonna start this year. Women's WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair. It's got a little spicy too.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say Charlotte until Tiffany got her all rattled in Chicago. Give me Tiffany.
Hey, I like how she built. Give me Tiffany Stratton as well.
Jesus Christ.
And
also, like, it's time to challenge Charlotte outside of the title picture. It's time.
Get her some new story right.
Her life can't revolve around the belt.
Talk to me. All right. Most important triple threat match maybe in WrestleMania history. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Paul Heyman in the corner of CM Punk, but he also owes Seth Rollins a favor. But he's also the wise man to the original tribal chief, Danny Who wins it?
I know Roman's not going to win because part of Roman's story is everyone betrays him. So Paul has to betray Roman in some form or fashion. It just depends on who. Give me Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, like out of all three of them, I think his motivation is clear. I think his buildup has been better. I know he stood tall last night, which is not a sign for him. But give me Seth. Like, I feel like Seth has been very clear on why he hates CM Punk, why he hates Roman Reigns. He is here for the business. He is there every week. He don't run off to other companies. He don't cheat. And I think it kind of starts Seth's heel turn because I think we've been flirting with Seth's heel turn. But I think Paul Heyman on his side, like, kind of just, all right, we're here.
I like the OTC.
Okay.
Reigns to win this match.
Do you think Paul betrays him?
No, I think Paul saves him, and that's how he wins the match.
Okay. That'd be interesting. I want Roman to win, but if this whole thing about everyone he loves betrays him, like, it only makes sense that Paul betrays him to help one of the other two guys.
What about CM Punk?
What does CM Punk get by winning it? You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what Seth gets. We know what Roman gets if he wins. What does CM Punk get if he wins? Like, what's the payoff?
Closer to the WWE Championship?
He's going to get that anyway.
True.
Because he's originally on Raw. Roman is originally on SmackDown. So Roman's going to go back to SmackDown. Like, Roman has the bloodline waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe. I can see it.
I just don't think it's Roman because Roman has other stuff to do on SmackDown with his family.
I like the OTC though.
I hope he wins though, but give me
I don't know about losing 2 WrestleMania main events back to back.
He doesn't take the pin, but I think Paul keeps him from winning. Like, I think Paul betrays CM and Roman to help Seth.
I could see that. I could see that as well.
Seth is what did Seth say? When you were getting your ass beat, where was CM Punk and Roman? Like, that's the lie. That's
you cooking, my boy.
Seth has made the most sense through this entire conflict.
That's why I don't think he's going to win, but you cooking right there with that one.
Yeah.
You cooking. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
Logan's going to win, but it shouldn't be AJ. Logan has lost too much. He lost in the chamber. Like, Logan needs a signature win for us to take him seriously. And it's going to be.
Give me the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Man.
I hope so. I don't want to see Logan Paul win anything.
What about a Sin City street fight between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre?
Give me Drew. I feel like Drew is more violent than Damian.
I think so too. And I'm not going to hold you. The Damian Priest promos, they're cool, but they're not over the top for me. The Drew ones be making me laugh.
And Drew always stealing somebody's necklace. Like, Drew always, he a jewelry thief. He always stealing somebody's ice.
Oh, man. Yo, going back to El Grande Americano, do you know what type of vibes it gets me when I watch El Grande Americano?
Perk Angle?
Nah, it gives me early 2000s JBL vibes. When he was out there searching for them people.
Hey, man, JBL, as racist as it was, you tell your Mexican friends that they can't cross border. Boy, during the Bush administration?
Man, that was, Vince was wild. Vince was wild. My pick for low-key match of the night, Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, Penta, Finn Balor, Intercontinental Championship. Who do you think walks out of here with the belt?
Oh, Braun Breaker spearing everybody to hell. This might be the ass kicking of the night.
Really?
Who will stop Braun? Because Finn and so the Judgment Day is going to start to come to it, and Finn and Dominic gonna get into it. Let my man Braun hit Penta with that spear. Half of them going to be in Vegas. The other half going to be in Scottsdale.
I'm going to be honest with you. I like Dominic Mysterio to walk out of WrestleMania, the Intercontinental Champion.
That'd be hilarious. So does he pin Finn to get the belt?
Yes.
Okay.
But by accident.
How you accidentally pin somebody?
I think Braun is going to spear Finn, and then Dominic's going to get knocked into or pulled onto Finn Balor for the pin.
Now you cooking. Now you cooking. Yeah, sign me up for that. Does Liv help Dominic?
Absolutely.
Okay, now we're cooking. Now you cooking.
Women's Tag Team Championships: Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra.
I don't think Bayley and Valkyria have been a tag team long enough to justify them being tag team champions.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not trying to see more Bayley.
That's crazy.
I'm not trying to see more Bayley. She's not my type of.
Okay. You crazy.
I ain't trying to see more Bayley. Women's World Championship triple threat match: Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair.
Give me the underdog. Give me Io.
Sir.
No one cares about. Give me Io.
Yep, I'm with you. This is taking me back to a triple threat match between Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and you guessed it, Chris Benoit.
Yes. Give me Io.
Give me Io.
And give me Io to pin both of them simultaneously.
Me too. I like it. And of course, the main event of all main events. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
Give me John Cena. He does it. Give me that shit, dog. Yes, sir. Break Ric Flair's record.
I'm with it. I think I see John Cena winning this, breaking the record, and I see some tomfoolery screwing over Cody Rhodes.
Yes, give me the final boss.
I see some real tomfoolery. I could see The Rock coming out there with that belt, beating him up with that belt, and then talking about Mama Rhodes.
Mama Rhodes, here's the belt with your son's blood on it. Yeah, turn that. Travis Scott, don't come out there.
Please, God. Yo, Travis Scott really smacked the shit out of Cody Rhodes, man. He smacked the shit out of Cody. Give me your thoughts on Nico Iamaleava.
The quarterback at Tennessee?
The quarterback at Tennessee, first name Nico, versus the University of Tennessee in the war for more money via the NIL portal. And your thoughts?
We're going to make this quick. Let this be a lesson to youngins or anyone who is trying to negotiate for more money. The only way it works out in your favor is if you have somebody on the other side who is offering you the same amount of money or something close. He
signed with UNC.
No, UNC is out on him. I thought I read that before I got on here.
Really?
Hold on, let's look this up. You think Bill Belichick gonna put up with that bullshit? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like he's out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Should have took that money at Tennessee.
Or
what's the chances that he goes back to Tennessee?
None. You can't go back. Nah, dog. Nah, I don't think the coach is taking back. Like this might be a point where college football makes an example out of someone. Like, yeah, y'all around here talking about I want more money. We're gonna leave this man out in the cold. So y'all can learn. Like he might be the sacrificial lamb for real.
Damn, Nico.
But it doesn't work if you don't have another offer in your hand. Thank you, Hendricks. He went into that room and said, I want $4 million. And there was no one else offering him anything but that $2 million. That is terrible business. It's not like he's like, hey, dog, Oregon is offering me $3.5 million. What can you do?
What can you do? He ain't nothing.
Enjoy South Dakota State, my boy.
Tulane.
And yeah, enjoy. No. Enjoy Liberty.
Hey, enjoy Alabama A&M.
Yeah, like good luck, man.
Tuscany.
I'm all for college players getting their money through NIL, but you got to be smart.
He gonna be starting quarterback at Tuskegee Airmen University. Next thing I want to talk to you about, I know you watched it last week. The return of my European white god, Luka Doncic.
No.
To Dallas.
No. I saw the tribute video on Twitter. I cried and I stopped.
You and Luka cried together.
I haven't watched a dribble of Luka in the Lakers uniform, and I'll start. Like I said, I'm at a place now.
You missed it because as soon as he stopped crying, he proceeded
45.
to put.
I didn't miss shit. I put money on Luka going over the over because that was the easiest bet on God's green earth. An angry Luka is gonna score.
You gotta let that hurt go.
I am like I said, I'm at the point of acceptance.
You're not on your team no more. You have Anthony Davis.
I feel
you
so
have
bad.
Anthony Davis.
I feel so
top
so
75
bad
player ever,
Davis.
Anthony Davis.
I feel so bad for him because this is not his fault. Like Dallas fans don't hate him. We just hate Nico.
They just don't want him. Anthony, I wonder how many years Anthony Davis got on his deal because he just might.
100%. Like if Kyrie didn't blow his knee out, I think he had a player option. He can pick up that player option this year. But if not, that would have been a very weird conversation that you traded for Anthony Davis and then Kyrie just leaves.
Mavs, y'all gonna be back. Y'all gonna be
back. Maybe when I retire.
Y'all gonna be back. One of these days, y'all gonna be back. Y'all gonna be back. Y'all gonna be back. Well, back to the finals. Listen, y'all are 2 wins away from the playoffs.
My hope is, and this is a long shot, fire Nico. You get rid of that mayor dude, and then Luka comes back in free agency next year.
It's not happening.
That's what I said. I said it's a long shot.
He's going to re-sign with the Lakers.
He should.
He's going to be the face of the face of the team, face of the league, alongside Austin Reeves.
Jesus,
we don't have the best white court in the league.
And then Nikola Jokic is going to demand a trade to the Lakers.
I'm here for it. Now what?
That was me being serious. That was not a joke.
I'm here for it. Fuck Denver. They're not going nowhere. We take care of ours. Oof. Could you imagine that duo, Luka and?
No, I would need an adult to step in. David Stern, roll your ass out that grave and veto.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. See that? And that's hate.
It is hate.
That's hate. That's why Abdul Carter not going to the Eagles.
Yeah, he not. He wants to, but it's all right. Walter Nolan, you can be an Eagle.
You don't want to. You don't want to be an Eagle, man. Everyone know that Super Bowl run was. It ain't happening.
It was what?
It ain't happening again.
It was so dominant. Y'all out here asking the band to touch Bush.
Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. I thought that was kind of whack, but I'm not mad at it. Let's just go ahead and knock that shit out of. Get that out of here. Make him run the ball the old-fashioned way.
It don't matter. Tush push, QB sneak, hand off to Saquon. We getting that first down. Don't matter.
What? How do you think they're going to end up modifying the rule ultimately when it's time to vote again?
I think they're going to take out the push aspect of it. You can't assist a runner from behind the way it used to be.
So they're going to have to go back to regular QB
sneaks. Yeah, I think they're going to take out the language that says you can assist a runner. But that means when an offensive lineman pulls his running back in the end zone, call that shit back because that happens a lot.
I think it's going to affect one of those things where, like, when they get hit at the line and it turns into like a big scrum and they don't know when to blow the whistle dead because he's technically still moving, and they're going to start stopping that like immediately.
You're going to start stopping that immediately. You got to, because it's assisting the runner. Offensive lineman won't be able to pull runners into the end zone. That's assisting the runner.
Interested to see what happens, man. Interested to see what happens. Right now, okay. How about this? The Hawks have come back. It is now 68-71.
Oh, wow. All right. I got to turn this on.
68-73 right now. Danny, let the people know where they can find you, my good man.
Y'all can find me on that X app and Blue Sky at DannyOcean41. You can find on us Speak on It _pod on the gram, on the gram, on X, on TikTok. Catch us every Tuesday night, 7:30 ish. We have lives. And I actually think that's a fun bit about the show. D, where can the people find you?
Listen, people, you can find me on Instagram, on SoundCloud, on Mixcloud, on IG, on X at LosDemix. That's LOSDEEMIX. If y'all didn't know, I did put a new mix out on my SoundCloud. It's the first hour from my most recent DJ set that I did. I started out with some new sort of jazzy tunes with this one. I think this might be one of my favorite sets so far. So check that out. The full thing's on my Mixcloud if you want to hear the full 2.5 hours. But the first hour is on SoundCloud, just to give the people a little something new.
Now we cooking. That's what the streets need.
Yeah. I got y'all. Other than that, people, look, it's great to be back. Thanks for all the well wishes. The NBA playoffs are near, and I'm excited about that. Let's go Lake Show. And man, the Hawks and the Magic, they are battling it out. I wanted to play a song to get us out of here. I got us. Ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us tonight. And all we want to do is thank you. Make sure you show good energy and show love. And make sure you speak on it.
Today's tax day.
And remember, if you get arrested on Friday, you will have to wait until Monday.
Don't get arrested.